I dedicate this video to all my African brothers in Africa who are chefs. And I have a message for you. All of you. You want to come to Europe, huh? Stupid! I get so many questions. Chef, I want to work with you here in Europe. Chef, arrange a job for me in Europe. Guys, life is a bitch in Europe. Life is not what you think it is in Europe. And your brothers and sisters that are here now will not tell you that because they're already ashamed. Okay? They're already ashamed. So they come home to you, they say, oh, life is fantastic. It's not. I lived 14 years in Tanzania. 14 years. Life is better. There's so much opportunity in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. All my brothers and sisters there, trust me, if you work hard, you graft hard, your life is much better. You want to know what's happening here in Europe when you come here? I'll give you my breakdown, okay? My flat, my tiny flat, 1,400 euros a month. My energy bill, 250 euros a month. My gas bill, 100 euros a month. My car license, my car insurance, 45 euros. My mobile phone, 50 euros. My TV, 40 euros. My local government tax, 160 euros a month. My list goes on. At the end of the month, I spent 3,000 euros only bills. And I'm not even fucking living yet. Then I have to buy my groceries, all my shit. So I come down to 4,000 euros. And you people, you think you come here, oh, I earn 4,000 euros. No, you're not, you dumb fuck. You pay taxes and bills. And you cannot escape it. You cannot escape those bills. The system is created that way. So if you earn your 400 euros in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Congo, you're way better off. And you have fucking freedom and a beautiful country. I want to quit in Europe. The only good thing here is my kids' education. That's it. But when that little fucker turns 18, I'm flying away back to Tanzania with the grace of God. So please stop asking me for jobs and shit from Africa. Life is not what you think it is. Suck on that. Now get the fuck back to work.
Do you know Africa will never be free from imperialism? It just never will be. Can you believe that Malawi, the president of Malawi, in a secret deal with the Israeli government, has sent off their young people to go pick farm fruits and vegetables? Do you see the corruption? They gave him $60 million. And these poor people obviously want to work, but the deal of them working is like they're going to get $1,000 a month. And out of that $1,000, they have to pay for their airfare and processing and their boarding and living. Does that remind you of what we do here in the US to our farm workers? It is so disgusting that these so-called democracies, of which we are being told day after day that Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, will go into Africa, pay off the presidents, and get black people to work for white people. Because that's what Israel is, a white ethno-state. I cannot believe this. I really and truly cannot believe it. In the 21st fucking century, we're still going into Africa to enslave people, and the African leaders of some of these countries are just as bad as the Western democracies. It is absolutely disgusting.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us. You got to see what they did to us. You got to see how they built these dungeons underground and they put these churches on top and they dug holes in the ground to pump the music of what they call their Christianity into the holes while, man, they did, let me explain something to y'all. They walk them as far as they can first to make them lose weight. They put them in a room, then they cut a door, and after you've been in this room in 2 weeks, they walk you through this door. If you lose the right amount of weight, you fit through the door. If you don't fit through the door, you got to stay in this room right here. Then you in this room for another week, they make you lose some more weight. Then you fit through another door. If you can't fit through the door, you ain't lost enough weight. You got to go through 4 doors like that before you go through the door of no return.
They told you Africa was tribal, poor, backward. They told you Africa had no real history before colonialism. But what they didn't tell you is that long before European ships reached African shores, powerful kingdoms were already thriving, building cities, trading across continents and leading armies. But what if I told you before colonialism, Africa had kingdoms richer than Europe, cities built of stone, and libraries older than Oxford?
These people who are the white people who are coming out to speak about Africans and to warn you, they are not just threatening you, but they are trying to help you, because there's no need of you going to Europe or hoping for the best, hoping that you are going to achieve your dreams. Then after going there, you find that things are different from whatever you are thinking about it. So we have to appreciate this kind of people, because it is very rare and hard to find. The white people are trying to speak a negative concerning their own. So I like this guy, because this guy has been trending because of what he is trying to do towards Africa. He loves Africans, right? He loves them, and that's why he has been warning them each and every day that don't dream of going to Europe, believing that that's where you are going to make your life. No, life is in Africa. Life is in Africa, and everything that you can want, everything that you would love to have in your life is in Africa. Because you know what, and you know why? If Africa could have not have all that we need, then the people, the foreign people could have not come in here in Africa to get what they want. So it means clearly that what we need to make our life is in here in Africa. But we are living here in Africa, all that is in here, and we are going to look for something that somewhere else where we not even exist. As you have listened to the speech of that guy clearly, can you imagine that this guy is paying, he's spending 400 euros to pay for his bills? Do you know how much is that when I convert in my Kenyan currency? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that can make me to do a lot of things. 400 euros. But this guy is only using this 400 euros to pay for his bills. And today you go in Europe, you be employed, then you are being paid 500 euros. Tell me, what will you do with that 500 euros? It is a lot of money, yes, when you mention it, 500 euros. But what are you going to do with it when you are presented here? Thank you for staying in, for tuning in as we dive in this conversation. So the people who are coming back to Africa, the African Americans who are coming back to Africa, many of them, we have tried to do analysis and find on how they are speaking, how they express themselves being in Africa, and it is something very amazing, because they have loved what they have found in Africa. What they have found here in Africa is something different which what they have been living in, because what they were installed towards Africa, they were told concerning Africa is something different from what they have get in Africa. We have seen a large number of African people, African American, have flocked in Africa, and they have settled in Ghana. Some of them have been given a free identity of Africa. Some of them have been given a free citizenship of Ghana, and they are very happy. They are very happy. Before I speak a lot, So when we say that we were advocating the African Americans to come back in Africa, it's not only you whom we are telling that maybe you come back to Africa, but there's a lot of people like you who have come here, and what they get here, what they are enjoying here in Africa, you have to do so. You have to, at least you have your own testimony. Before Ibrahim Traore came to power, we never had something like this of people migrating from America or Europe countries to come back in Africa, people who are black Americans. We have not heard about it, even if it was happening, but it was just happening for the people who are willing to do it, for the people who came just to settle for themselves, to buy a land, maybe to settle and to continue with their life. But Ibrahim Traore is the one who called them and advise them to come back to Africa. We have to build Africa. We have to build Africa together. We have to fight for the Africans together, because this is our motherland. This is our place. This is the only place that you can live freely, you can live peacefully, you can have access to everything that you want. But many of them, they feel like maybe it's just a story, but through those who have come and experienced, then they can give a testimony. And I've shown you the clips of the testimonies of the people who are like you and what they have experienced. So my main point is, let's build Africa. We as black people, we as Africans. We will not get tired of speaking about Ibrahim Traore, of what he's trying to do in Africa. We will not speak or stop soon talking about him, because he has awakened many things of Africa, not just defending the resources of Africa, not only defending the leadership of Africa, not only fighting for the imperialists, but he has did a lot of things. He has awakened the dreams of Africa, talents. He has awakened many things in Africa, which gives us many reasons to speak about this guy because of what he's doing in Africa. Today, everyone is speaking about when you speak, before you speak the good governance of Africa, you have to speak about Ibrahim Traore. Before you speak anything concerning the good leadership, you have to speak about him. At this time, the Africans are not speaking about democracy or the constitution or all those sorts of things that we were introduced to, because these things are not helping Africa. With this, he gave us example to see how we can work besides these things that we were introduced and we were told to work towards it, how benefit we can get, and how important it is to have a freedom, how best it is to be independent. During the reign of Donald Trump, when he came to power, he started by cutting off the foreign aids, and Africans cried a lot. Africans reacted badly, condemning that action, because they believed, and we believed that the Africa is going to suffer. We believed that the people with the AIDS are going to die. We believed that the patients in the hospital are going to die. But yet, since this guy cut off the foreign aids, I've not seen any difference. Things are going on as always. The patients are getting services in the hospitals. US aid was just there as a tool, just like Pierre Lumumba said. US aid was just there as a tool, just to make Africans to submit for everything that they were asked to do, because they believe without this, then Africa is going to lose. Africa is going to end. This shows us clearly that African leaders know where the problem is. They know, but they assume and pretend to don't know where the problem is, and they know well on where the issue is and how they can fix it, but they are assuming like they know nothing. If they could have not know what they can do, where are they getting all the medicines? Where are they getting all these things that the patients or these people need? The basic needs that we were getting in the name of for foreign aids, where are they getting from? So Yoweri Museveni of Uganda said that it's very shameful to see all African leaders just seated down waiting for one person to come and say and help them. And he said that selfish is very bad, but it's very good because it awakens some people. Because when people call Ibrahim Traore a dictator or an undemocratic, it means that he's a selfish because he don't want to associate with everything that the other African leaders are doing concerning democracy. But because he decided to take his own way, he has awakened some people, some leaders. Let me show you a clip of this professor when he was in a parliament and what he was trying to tell his fellow leaders concerning Ibrahim Traore, and he started by calling him a hero. Let's look at it.
You see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going.
Of course, you have listened to what he has to say. Calling Ibrahim Traore a youth, a very young compared to many of them, maybe in fact a lot, all of them, very young compared to all of them. But what he's trying to do in his country, he is being called a hero of Africa, the king of Africa, because of what he's trying to do. So the people of the African Americans, the African diaspora, who were welcomed in Ghana, they were not only celebrating the getting of a Ghanaian citizenship, but they were celebrating to have a leader like Ibrahim Traore, because he's the one who started advocating this. He's the one who started to call African American to come back to Africa, because their ancestors are here. This is where they came from before they forcibly taken to European countries and America to go build those countries. And yet today, they're the one who are suffering on the streets of America and Europe. They have nowhere to call a place. They have nowhere to call a home. They are being mistreated each and every time. They are being intimidated. They are being taken like nothing. They are not being compared as a human being. But they were not just taken there willingly. They found themselves there. So it is time. It is the best time. At least we as Africans will work towards what we believe that it will help us, and not just us, but for the people and the next generation which will come. Which status of Africa they will find. And I like the youth of Burkina Faso as they come each and every day and speak about what they feel. These youths are doing great as they are talking about Ibrahim Traore, because it means that they are not just speaking about Ibrahim Traore, but they start from far. They speak about Gaddafi, they speak about Lumumba, they speak about Thomas Sankara. And this means that these people know the history of Africa this time, because you cannot just come and speak about Thomas Sankara and start to speak what he was willing to do if you have not gone through the history of Thomas Sankara. You cannot come and speak about Patrice Lumumba of Congo when you've not came through the history of Patrice Lumumba and know what his vision was. Those are the people whose their visions towards Africa was something that if they could have let them to accomplish their dreams and their missions, then Africa, at this time we could have not speaking about the unity or independence of Africa, but we could have speaking something different, maybe concerning the development of Africa, concerning the best things that we could want Africa to do. But because of the Africans of those time who never cared about the leaders who are representing them, who never cared about the leaders who fight for them, that's where we found ourselves in this problem. And that's why today we are still speaking about the same thing, the unity of Africa, the freedom of Africa. So it is time for us at least to do what we want to do. The Africans who has their dreams, their talents, who has their ability to do their inventions, it is time we have had the proofs that Africa has the talents. Africa has the invention ability to do the inventions. So it's only upon our government to support this kind of people so that they can come up with many ideas, more unique things. Africa this time is the time to prove to the world. It's the time to shine itself. It's the time to produce the best we have. In this kind of videos is where we find such amazing things, because the mainstream medias cannot address about this. They are only there to address the dark side of Africa. But the brighter side of Africa, the best things that Africa can do, they cannot tell you, because they never intend to make Africa to be known to the world that Africa is able to do anything good. Africa is not believed to produce anything good. Africa is not believed so to produce anything good in the eyes of our oppressors, because we are just inferiors to them. I talked much about this. I don't want to take much of your time because I have spoken already a lot. So this is just a Kenyan Explorer presenter here. If this first time you have visited this channel and you decided to stop to listen to Kenyan Explorer, kindly I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support much. And don't stop supporting me, because I still have a long way to go, and I depend on you. I need you for my journey. I need you to complete or achieve my dreams in these things that I'm trying to do. So kindly subscribe to the channel for the new updates, for the new videos, for the new works that we drop each and every day concerning Africa, because we are building a home, an African community. We have to do this. We have to speak about this, because we are believing that through this we are changing some things somewhere else. Thank you for your time. Until next time, until next episode, as we come to do anything else concerning African community, stay tuned and peace out. Amen.